In this video, we will be talking about how the beef between Tommy Lee Sparta and Cray has turned Montego Bay upside down. For years, these two names have carried weight in the streets, each with their own loyal following. But what started as brotherhood has now exploded into a rivalry that has the whole city on edge. We all know Tommy Lee Sparta as the leader of the feared Sparta gang. His reputation stretches far beyond Montego Bay, with influence in Kingston and even overseas. Cray, on the other hand, is no small player. He runs his own well-connected clique that moves with just as much precision and power. The story between these two doesn't start with bad blood. Back in their flankers days, they were seen as close friends, almost inseparable. They moved together, hustled together, and made a name for themselves in the same streets they now fight over. But as time went on, the money started rolling in. When power and cash start to mix, ego is never far behind. Both men began to feel like they were the one in control, and that's when cracks began to show in their friendship. By the time anyone noticed, the friendship had completely dissolved. Words turned into small disagreements turned into disrespect, and disrespect in this world is a dangerous thing. In the streets, disrespect is often paid for in blood. Like most gang leaders, neither Tommy Lee nor Cray puts themselves in the direct line of fire. Instead, they surround themselves with foot soldiers, the kind of young, eager men who are willing to prove their loyalty at any cost. These men don't ask questions, they just follow orders. Locals call them yes men, but they are much more than that. They are the ones who make sure a boss's orders are carried out quickly and without hesitation. They move in the shadows, carrying the weight of the feud on their shoulders. The ruthlessness of both leaders is well known. They don't even stay in the communities they once called home. Instead, they've relocated to Kingston, living a far more comfortable life away from the chaos they've sparked. In Kingston, the lifestyle couldn't be more different. Uptown mansions, expensive cars, and the finest food money can buy. Shrimp, lobster, and champagne replace the stress and danger of the streets. But even in comfort, the rivalry brews. From a distance, they watch their soldiers go after each other. The streets become the battleground, while the leaders sit back, untouchable, and seemingly untouchable by the law. Montego Bay, meanwhile, feels the weight of their conflict. Entire neighborhoods are tense. People watch every unfamiliar car that passes by. Businesses close early, and parents keep their children inside after dark. The tourism side of the city tries to pretend nothing is happening. Beaches remain open, hotels stay booked, but the locals know the truth. Behind the smiling faces and island vibes is a war that can flare up at any moment. This is not just a fight over territory, it's a fight for dominance. Both Tommy Lee and Cray have deep connections and powerful allies. Each move they make is calculated to show the other who really runs things. Friends have been forced to pick sides. Neutrality is dangerous. In this feud, being in the middle can get you hurt just as quickly as being directly involved. Lines have been drawn, and once you're on one side, there's no crossing over. The younger generation looks up to both men, but for the wrong reasons. In their eyes, Tommy Lee and Cray represent success, power, and respect. They don't see the cost of this lifestyle until it's too late. Social media has only made things worse. Subtle posts, cryptic captions, and photos with certain people send waves through the streets. Every post is analyzed like a coded message, and every rumor spreads in seconds. The police have tried to crack on the violence, but their presence only does so much. Both gangs have ways of moving quietly when they need to. The real action happens where cameras and uniforms don't reach. Older community members remember when Tommy Lee and Cray were just young men with big dreams. They shake their heads at how far things have gone. To them, it's a tragedy that brotherhood could turn into bloodshed. Some say the feud is about money, others say it's about respect. In reality, it's a mix of both, with pride being the biggest fuel on the fire. Neither side is willing to back down, and neither wants to be seen as weak. There have been talks of peace before, but nothing lasts. Distrust runs too deep, and every attempt at truce ends with someone breaking the agreement. The streets know that as long as both leaders are alive, the war will continue. Meanwhile, the body count rises. Every loss on one side is answered by a loss on the other. It's a cycle that shows no sign of slowing down, only getting worse. For the average person in Montego Bay, survival is the priority. People learn to move quietly, avoid certain places, and keep their business to themselves. It's a way of life that becomes second nature. Despite it all, both men still command loyalty. Their names alone carry power, enough to make people act without question. In the streets, loyalty to a leader can mean the difference between protection and becoming a target. This beef has turned Montego Bay into a powder keg. One wrong move, one misunderstood action, could set off days or weeks of violence. The tension is always there, like a storm waiting to break. And so, Tommy Lee Sparta and Cray continue their silent battle from afar. They live in comfort while their soldiers fight in the dirt, and the people of Montego Bay are left to deal with the aftermath. It's a war without a clear winner, only survivors.